You know what time it is, bitches. It's pumping up time. All right. So if you're new here, a lot of people know me as Jeff, aka Slinger, or the OG Slinger if you're into gaming. Um, Hendo is kind of like a nickname of my last name, right? So, yeah, welcome to the channel. Um, I'm 53, turning 54, born in 1970. I have 3 men that I raised and some grandchildren. And this channel here is probably best described as going to be like age mitigation and maybe some life hacks, right? With some words and knowledge. But I guess you could say it's a fitness channel, is a simple way of putting it. All right, so my present condition, I weighed in at like 208 this weekend. I had my refeed, so I'm full but not pumped, right? And I'm dry because when I say dry, that means I'm not on anything, right? So I'm dry right now. I've been dry for about a month and a half. And probably going to go on to a low cycle of Deca and Primo and Test. And I don't know when. We'll see. But I want to see if after my dieting down, if I can make some good quality gains, but keep it fairly quality, right? So, I am using a CosFit M2 Tank sports watch, smartwatch, right? I have more than one smartwatch because, like anything else, when you first buy them, you buy something to start off to see what they are, and then you do your research and you may change your opinions, right? Well, I like this CosFit M2 tank, generally speaking, but as the reviews will say, the software is not the greatest. So I kind of agree with that, but it's too soon to make like a total verdict on this watch, but I do like it so far. I'm going to keep it. I have another watch right here. This one was called Military something something. Let me look it up on I'll look it up on my Amazon real quick. Look at my purchases. Okay, this one was HVLG GMRC military smartwatch for men. 1.96 inches outdoor sports watch with answer, make calls, fitness watch, blood oxygen. So, and that's on Amazon. This one here, let me see. I'll hit it. Military smartwatch for men, basically $39, right? So the thing about this that I liked is it looks rugged and good size. I don't like small watches. I'm a man. I want a man's watch. So I bought this one. It was really affordable. It did hook up with my phone. I had one issue where I'd be at the gym and it would want to play instead of out of my earbuds, it would want to play out of here. I don't know. That might have been just the way I had it set up. It would play out of my watch sometimes, and I'd have to turn it off. The accuracy of this watch here was not the greatest when it came to burning calories or sleep. And ultimately, that's why I got like a new watch. Is I like the idea, and this one had nice faces on it too. This new one that I have has less faces, and it doesn't look like there's too many updates for the faces, or there's gonna be. So yeah, there's lots of them out there. Amazfit makes really good software for theirs, so it's probably a decent one to get. Also, it's decent at tracking sleep and calories. This one supposedly is like smart intuitive, so within 3 minutes of me doing elliptical, it'll know it. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried it out. I just finished my refeed and I'm going to be going to the gym twice today. So I'll go this morning and I'll do my elliptical, which the gym's not open yet. And then later on today, I'll do some kind of weight training, more than likely. So I let's see. Like I said, weighed in at 208 this week, which is way lower than I anticipated. My goal for my total cut was 205. Obviously, I'm going to hit that with pretty much easiness this week after I get down from my refeed. In case you're wondering what's in my cup, I use like the squirty flavors and water a lot of times when I'm at home. And then I'll take some creatine and just put like a thing of creatine in it a lot of times. But yeah, I'm big on creatine. I do like it. I noticed about 7 years ago, I was one of those people that was like, don't take stuff, right? Don't take anything type person. For 30 years, I never did steroids, right? So even creatine, when it first came out, probably for 15, 20 years, I was like, oh, creatine, no, you know? And then once I did the research and I found out later in life that creatine was not bad for you, it has lots of good benefits. I started taking it one time when I was on the road, right? I used to travel for work a lot. And I was dieting down. I think I was about 218 pounds at the time. So I was fairly lean. And this is about 7, 8 years ago, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but I remember taking the creatine and of course doing like double the amount for like 2 weeks to get it in my system, and seeing a physical difference in the way my body looked because I was already lean, where my muscles had more, more belly than without. So after that, it was pretty much game over. I knew creatine was for me, and I never really looked back on the creatine issue. Another thing I do, and as you get older, oh, wrong one. As you get older, the Centrum for men over 50, I do that every day. I try to, right? It's like everything else. Do you remember everything every day? I have been using HMB this is to help synthesize protein. The studies are here and there on this, but I think it's basically, I want to say it's like a hydrolyzed lysine, basically, that helps when you put protein in your system so that it's used for actual muscle repair, right? So it does something different than creatine, but the studies are not conclusive at this point about HMB. So I take it, but it's not a big deal, right? After I eat like some protein, I take it. Um, if I'm eating like Jello, so Jello is good for like certain types of protein, but not really muscle building. So I kind of hope, like inside, that the HMB helps the Jello protein be more usable for muscle, skeletal protein, right? Skeletal muscle. Once in a blue moon, I'll take I'll take this for a week. It's NAC and zinc. Um, this basically is to clean out my system, but I haven't taken it for a while. But I have it here for when I do start taking it, and I'll take it for like a week or two, right? So that you'd have to do your research on. And then allergy stuff. I have terrible allergies, guys. So got a lot of allergy stuff here right now. I don't know why they sent me 2 bottles of allergy stuff. I do take melatonin, right? 12 milligram right now, but honestly, I just Amazon it, and I take like 3 or 4 of these before I go to bed. So as you get older, sleep's important. It's weird because I do a lot of napping, right? Because I have broken sleep at my age. Get up to go pee or whatever. So something to look forward to if you're younger. You will have that one time where you start to realize you're getting up in the middle of the night, right? Cut's going really good. I want to say that carb cycling for me is very effective, but not as easy as just doing a ketogenic diet. Where if I do ketogenic diets and with a cheat day, it's a no brainer. I don't have to think or worry about it too much. It seems simpler. I think I have more energy. With the carb cycling, there'll be down times where you're fighting for energy. And I guess in a way, like for certain people, that could happen with a ketogenic style diet as well. But for me, it doesn't. For me, I have endless amounts of energy when I'm ketogenic. With carb cycling, I get really super low, and people can tell. You know, I'll be like, "Oh, dude, I'm drained," and they're like, "Yeah, dude, you're hitting it," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hitting hard, hitting rock bottom, but I'm losing weight," and I do. I lose weight faster with carb cycling. Um, I could probably change that up and be less drastic or whatever. But the thing is, I did what I needed to do for this diet, right? So, uh, other than that, that would be about where I am at this point in this video. Uh, just training away. I'm gonna hit that 205 mark, right? And then once I hit the 205 mark, I'm probably going to be like this on my weight for a bit, right? People don't realize it. You don't stay the same weight. Not really. You're micro changing. Every day you're gaining and losing at the same day if you're staying the same weight, or you're gaining one day and losing the next if you're staying the same weight. Nobody's perfect, right? But staying the exact same weight all the time. So it's always been like a weird thing with main gaining. It's like you're micro gaining and micro losing, right? So I'm going to be going up and down on purpose. And because next week I'll hit 205. I'm about to sneeze. Just did it. Sorry, guys. Allergies. Super bad last week. The cotton wood or whatever, when it's floating around, that shit kicks my ass. And yes, I'm supposed to take shots, and no, I don't take shots because I hate them. So that's crazy for me to say, right? I hate shots, but I do. I hate shots. So I'm gonna hit the 205. I'm probably gonna go up like 215, 205, 215, 205. I mean, that's what I picture in my mind. I'm not exactly sure that's how it's going to work. I might go 210, 200, 210, 200. I'm not sure. We'll see how I feel. But what it is that when you get older, you have looser skin. You know what I mean? Not everything's super tight anymore. Or if you've lost a lot of weight. And I know my body well enough that when I lose weight, I know that there's a while that everything's kind of like two cats in a bag fighting, right? It's not perfect. It's like all jumbled up. So it takes me a bit of going up and down to get the skin to suck nice to my body. And not look crinkly in certain poses, right? Because you can, what I do for loose skin is I lose more weight than what I need to. And then when I gain a little bit back, it fills it out and it recuperates it somewhat, right? Now, if you have extreme loss of weight, and you have different genetics, you may never recoup from that. You will always have loose skin. But hold on, wait a minute. As you get older, okay, like say you're in your 50s like me, a little bit of loose skin ain't no fucking big deal. Because you still look great for your age, right? So if you're worried about, oh, I don't want to lose weight because I have loose skin, that's bullshit. Just fucking lose weight, be healthy, and look better, feel better, and then look good for your age. Maybe you have to wait till you're 50, right? But yeah, I would rather just live a better life, right? So I was actually watching Mike O'Hearn the other day, and I think he's 51, I want to say right now. And he looks really good, right? And people are always talking about the fact that he's never come out and said that he's used performance enhancing pads, performance enhancing drugs, right? It's not really drugs, it's hormones. Maybe some of them are drugs, right? I guess, like if you use chemicals, then yeah, okay. So I don't know. It's always been a weird thing. It's how do you know it's drugs? Could be performing enhancing hormones. Oh well, whatever. It's a silly thing to think about. But yeah, so he was talking about longevity and looking and feeling good as you get older. Like I like to say, age mitigation, right? So you're going to grow old, you're going to change, but you can do it in a way that you still look good, feel good, and people are like, wow, I want to be like that when I'm in my 50s, right? So I and with everybody you disagree with certain things they do. Like with Mike, I think he should have got ahead of this a long time ago about saying that he wasn't 100% natural. But the reasons that he did it, because it's obvious he has killer genetics and a great work ethic. Um, and people are scared of that. People are scared that, oh, you took, what's that? You take steroids, right? So that's why you look so good. That's the thing why people don't generally come out and say that they use performance enhancing drugs or hormones or whatever, right? Because people work hard. They know they work hard. People have great genetics and they want to be recognized for their hard work and ethic, not everything taken away because they did steroids. That's how simple it is, because that's why people lie. But there's another factor. There's always the douchebag that says, oh, you're on drugs, that's why. Okay. And then shuts people down and acts like he could be that guy if he did steroids, which he couldn't. The truth is, he couldn't. Or he would look awesome without steroids, right? So if you don't look good or feel good without anabolics, ooh, that's a hard one. I think that there is people that feel better when they're on anabolics. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. So I knew a guy, and I'm not naming any names or whatever, but he was like 350 pounds, right? And short, like shorter than me. I'm 5'9". He was like 5'6", so it's really fat, right? And he got into anabolic steroids and lost a bunch of weight, right? And looks way better, and says that he don't ever want to go off steroids because he's afraid of getting fat again. My answer to that is you just got to know how to do stuff, right? But yeah, I can see that. I can see, and part of me is like, when someone tells you that, you're like, well, what can you say to that, right? Well, sure you could do it without it, but I mean, he looks healthier, he's happier, and he feels better about himself. Who am I to take that away? Who am I to judge somebody? I'm nobody, just like you're nobody. We all put our pants on one leg at a time unless we're jumping, right? So what you do in your life is up to you. And only you know why you make the decisions you make, right? So just like with me, I was really against steroids, like really against them. But I always, in the back of my mind, said, well, someday I'm going to get older. What am I going to do? How am I going to feel? Right? I guess I wasn't against, and I clearly knew Arnold Schwarzenegger did steroids. Never was a doubt in my mind about that, or Lee Haney, or any of these awesome bodybuilders from my era. I knew they were on roids and it didn't bother me at all. I think what bothers me is the thought of cheating, right? You think that somebody can get what you have with less work. Maybe that's what I felt, right? Because I did work out hard and I did look good at certain times in my life, and I've also had times where I didn't look good, but I look really good at certain times because I'm genetically blessed. And then when my work ethic kicks in, it just looks really good, you know? So I didn't like anabolics for the fact is I didn't want someone to be able to look like me, right? But not go through all the work I had to go through. So I can see that. I guess I just kind of realized why I didn't like anabolics when I was younger. But now I don't feel the same way, right? Because I know that because of genetics, people look like who they are. And then anabolic steroids, yeah, you can abuse the shit out of them, which isn't good for your health, right? And it's just going to leave you in a bad way. Or you can take a small amount for longevity, I believe, and many doctors do too now, you know. Um, our society is raising sickly men, you know, and I think it's maybe the GMOs, maybe all of our immunizations, all of our medical science saying this is gonna help humankind, and then what happens is the next generation gets weaker, right? So could be that. So this is a long video and really off just a whole bunch of different topics. I have no idea what I'm going to call this video, but I guess as it stands right now, welcome to my Pump It Up. I'm the Slinger, and I'm out of here.